Welcome to God, Freedom, and Bitcoin. I'm Janet Gatewood here with my husband, Todd Gatewood.
Hello, everyone. It's a Friday night. Let's have some fun.
And we have Steve Blanco with us tonight.
The regular occurring special guest.
Awesome. Thank y'all for joining us. So we're here on Friday night. And it's been a busy week, and we just had a wonderful carnivore steak dinner. And we thought, let's go have a little fun and talk about what's going on in the world of Bitcoin. But part of our busy week, I have to tell y'all, is that so a week ago we were in class, and my girlfriends were texting, "Hey, let's have a girls' night and go see Journey. They're coming to this new place in Nashville called the Pinnacle," and because their husbands couldn't go, and I text them back. I'm like, if I don't take Todd to Journey, it might end my marriage. On our first date, we sang Journey in the car.
We did. Yes.
And we love Journey. And so Todd went with us. They allowed Todd to come to girls' night.
I was part of girls' night. Now, that was fun. And I wore a pink shirt, so I would feel like more of a girl.
He was our chauffeur in pink, and we're all in our black and our denim, trying to look like cool concert. And thank you for escorting us on girls' night.
Well, worth
Journey.
it. That was a blast. I loved it. It's taking me back to my youth.
You had never seen him in concert, right?
First time.
So I hadn't either. Steve,
I
have
miss
you
Steve
ever?
Perry.
Never
Miss
seen
Steve
him?
Perry.
I've never seen him.
It was amazing because they've had this.
Steve Perry doesn't leave his house.
No.
He doesn't, does he?
No.
But his voice is iconic in our childhood, our history, our whole lives. Like, you hear that voice, and it takes you back. That's what music does. I mean, we're here in Music City, and I mean, music entertains, but it moves. And just like art, when you paint and it's an expression of what's going on inside, music's the same way. And it was really neat because they had, trying to replace Steve Perry, they had a contest, and this guy from the Philippines sounded just like him, right? That's how that was done.
Yes.
If I remember right. And he's 57. So this singer that replaced him is jumping all over the stage like he's, 25.
And he's like 20 years younger than the guys in the original members of Journey. So
yeah, the oldest member.
He's the kid in the band.
Yeah, the oldest member's like 76. And I think Neil Schon, who's the lead guitarist and one of the best, is like 71. And he was thrashing still.
Steve Smith's a great drummer, and he does all kinds of stuff. I follow his Instagram, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I developed such a new respect for them. Their musicianship was amazing. And of course, they've been playing 50 years. It's 50 years of Journey. Yeah. And I know this is Bitcoin, Godfrey and Bitcoin, but come on, Journey was so much fun. But they played the piano, the names. I'm terrible with it.
Yeah, I forgot.
And I meant to look them up, but you know what? But it was beautiful. The guitar playing was phenomenal. The drum, everything was just top notch. And that new facility. So anyone in the Nashville area listening, of course, we didn't know where it was. It's called the Pinnacle. They built this whole new area, like built up a whole street over a street. And
is it right downtown?
It's downtown.
Yeah.
But it's off back from the Frisk Center, back from Broadway.
Yeah. So it's closer to the interstate more than downtown, actually. But they basically, like she was saying, they built a city upon a city. So it's like stacked up.
Mm.
And, they've got shops, they've got different living spaces, things like that. And still places for lease because it's totally brand new.
Yeah.
And they have cute string lights, that make it look fun and happy.
Trees, everything.
There is a point to all of this, honestly. So it was called the Pinnacle, right? Where's all the money? It's the banks. What else is named for a bank?
Event center.
Every single large scale venue is named after a bank, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your money? It's in those venues.
Your money
pays for that.
It's the Capital One.
The PNC Theater, the Bank of America Arena, right? Like everything.
Football stadiums or everything named after banks. So I mean, guys, that's kind of something you need to think about when you're looking at all this. She's like, what's wrong with all these banks having all the naming rights on all these venue spaces? There's a lot wrong with that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few in San Francisco. Well, it's actually in San Jose, but I think it's for San Francisco. It's Levi's Stadium.
Oh, yeah. Strauss.
It's a little cooler than the banks, at least, right?
Well, that's true. Very true.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, the chat is open right now, and Randy says, "Hey, Nash."
Hey,
and
what's up, Randy?
What is up, Randy?
And Laurie and Adam. Hey, guys, from Colorado.
What's up, guys?
So the chat's open. We're talking about whatever,
Random.
Tonight. Yeah, random night here.
Weekend. It's the weekend time, party time.
Yeah, we're chicken fried steak
We're
here.
partying right now by doing a podcast.
We're so
This
wild.
is the party.
Oh, my gosh. We're so excited about crypto and Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, we're on natural
we
high.
are. I was going to look at the market and see what's going on because Janet likes when I react to it, which I think is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So y'all, Steve's been in the space over 12 years. There are very few people that can say that. And so it's really fun when something happens to see what Steve has to say about it. So what are you looking at right now?
And normally I check the markets multiple times per day, but like we're in this extreme fear time right now, right? And it's sort of, there's not that much going on as far as like immediate things that we can latch onto and get excited about, right?
Yeah.
There's like big picture things like, the reserve and all that kind of stuff. So I don't look at it as much because I'm like, I'm just like everybody else. I'm like, I don't want to look at that.
No, I know.
Oh, it's 80,000 again. All right, great.
It got to 85,000. Bitcoin did today.
Actually,
so
it got to 85.
It did get to 85.
The entire market is green right now, so that's kind of fun. And the market cap went up it was at like 2.6 trillion. Now it's at 2.8 trillion. So that's pretty cool.
Wasn't it like 3.2 trillion a couple of weeks ago?
Well, yeah, Janet, I'm trying not to like remind us all about that right now. Trying to pretend that we're going up right now. All right.
I know, right?
But yes, it was.
I mean, I'm just trying to see, was I remembering
No,
right?
it was at like
you're teaching us
3.4 trillion or something like that at one point. But now everything is just like Solana's half price. I mean, Cardano's is a good deal right now, I got to say.
Well, what I've learned about this
Cardano?
space, expect the unexpected because you never know what you're going to get the next day. And that's the thing about it. When you've got a 24/7, 365 day a year at, currency, basically, and it's never off. It's not like the stock market where they kicked off about 5 o'clock.
Well, they got business hours. Right?
Yeah, they've got business hours. So that allows the markets to reset until Monday. And then when the ding, 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 there you go.
Of course, it's all based around New York time.
That's true.
Right? Traditional finance.
Yes.
The rest of the world has to bow down to New York time.
Yeah.
Cardano, though, 75 cents. I'm telling you, that's a good deal. People don't understand. But I'm telling you, that's a deal.
I didn't tell Todd I bought a little bit of Cardano last week.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, do what you got to do.
It's good. I'm telling you, that Cardano's not going anywhere.
Hey, you're working 14-hour days. You buy what you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to not buy.
The thing is, even if the market dumped to back to some crazy bear market, if you hold your Cardano, it's not going anywhere. It's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's something that I think is hard for people to get into, like the different tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's like the tiny caps, which you can make a lot of money on. Right. But you could also lose everything just like that. Right.
I think the dangerous part for people is the ones that go all in on something like Trump or Melania coin or,
a meme coin.
A meme coin. That's
going
the thing.
all in on a meme coin, maybe not the best idea.
I'm taking my chips. I'm taking my chips. I'm throwing them all in on this. I'm going to be a millionaire.
Unless it's Sheeb in 2021.
Oh my gosh.
Let's not even get into that right now, though. So anyway, but yeah, that's true. You got to there's just different tiers of projects. Some projects are legitimately large and be around.
Okay, let's talk about this. So Render's $3.21.
Deal.
We've seen it hit 11.
It went down to 260.
Yeah, went down to. We think it might go like 50 or 100. And the NVIDIA conference is this week, right? The 15th, tomorrow?
It's coming up, yeah.
What today? Today's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? We need to look that up. But the Render CEO, Jules Urbach, is speaking at it, right?
Yeah, well, he's going to speak there, but he's not going to talk about what is coming up with Render. He's saving that for the RenCon.
The RenCon.
Which the CEO of NVIDIA will be speaking at.
Okay, guys. So Render is on the Solana network. And if you want to buy some and know how to do it and you're so confused, join the club. Steve can help you. He is one of our educators here.
We will get you into Render.
But don't show up for about 5 weeks because he's getting ready to hit the road.
Well, yeah, that's true. But you should show up anyway and sign up anyway.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, just will get me on the phone. You know what I mean?
Well, if you sign up right now, I wasn't going to talk about this right now, but we have this amazing loan program right now. It is a member-only benefit. So you join one of our clubs, join Nashville, join one of our clubs, and the number, I'm not competitive, the numbers across the bottom.
Nashville.
He's not biased
Yay,
either. If you haven't
Nashville.
noticed, he's not biased.
The numbers across the bottom of the screen, and it's 941-413. If I can read this, 69. Is that 6920? Oh my gosh, I need to look it up. Sorry, guys, we are live,
And we need readers.
and I do need readers. There's your age. We'll find this number. But the reason I mention that is there are people. It's 941-413-6920. There are people wanting to buy Bitcoin and they can't. But these loans, you can get like 50 if you're a club member, 50,000 without having an asset out. They look at your credit score, and they've got these right now, I think are 680 and up, and then they're going to do a loan program for 520 and up in 2 or 3 weeks. And so the whole point is you can go ahead and buy Bitcoin because we feel very confident it's going to go up in value. And a lot of people are looking for a way to get some, and they don't know how, or they don't have the asset. And I don't think it's going to require payments. You just have to join for 2 years. I don't think you have to pay on that loan for 2 years. So in 2 years, when Bitcoin goes up, you just take those fees out and you've got more money than you started with. So that's a little bit about it. And so that's exciting.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Because if Bitcoin's been performing, let's say, even let's go low. Let's lowball it, all right, at 50% annual, APY, whatever you want to call it. That's going to blow away whatever your fiat loan percentage is going to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well just do that, especially if you can do it for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine that. Basically, it's almost like a free loan in a sense, because you'll have more money at the end of it and you can pay it back off. So, I mean, that's really exciting. We've seen our club membership jump because of that. And also in the classes, because a lot of them are getting in that way, and then they want to take the classes and actually learn what is it. In fact, I think we're having a back to the basics class on Tuesday.
We are.
Because Steve, you're hitting the road. We're going to miss you. So
I'm going to be away for a while.
Terrell, where are you going?
All
Everywhere.
over the USA and Canada, basically, for a big tour.
Oh, and avoid that new prime minister up there, by the way.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be having lunch with him.
I just had to throw that in.
You mean you're not going to have caviar with this guy?
It was kind of weird how they just like quietly appointed him without anybody. There was no anything. They just put him in there. But then I know we got to wait before we like pass judgment on that whole thing, because I think there's some time that has to pass until an actual election.
Yeah.
And I think Trudeau is out, so they dropped this guy in. Like I feel like it's
he packed his bag
it's
and
a
left.
technicality. I feel like it's a technicality.
He's a WEF guy, like World Economic Forum.
Oh.
Like the first time I looked him up, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's controlled. And he probably, I think Trudeau.
Are you talking about the new
his
person, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Carney.
They all are. Yeah.
Well, they just pull them.
Plug and play. It's all plug and play.
There you go. Just like the Creature from Jekyll Island, they put Woodrow Wilson in,
Yeah.
Well, it's funny.
They needed somebody to sign the executive order.
I know.
Right?
It's like, with an auto pen, like the last administration.
It might as well have been 1913 auto pen.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably had him and just took the technology away.
I mean, the way I see things now, Woodrow Wilson could have been a robot. I have no idea. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It's 1913.
Well, he had a stroke too, and I think his wife was actually running the White House, which we've had some of that going on too in the, present times.
That does happen.
Yes, it does.
From time to time.
Yes, it does.
No.
So if I'm ever president, you running the White House?
What do you think?
Well, if you're the president and you're running the White House, I'm playing the White House.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've always wanted to play the White House.
No doubt, right?
Yeah. Some musicians have got to do that.
I bet they have a really nice piano up there.
I'm sure they have like a crazy Steinway Louis XIV piano in there, as far as I know.
Really?
That's like
I don't think anybody's playing that.
Doesn't mean I want to play that one, but it's just kind of a cool collectible.
Yeah.
I don't even play piano. We have two at the house because they're family heirlooms and my girls play. So they'll be theirs one day. They're just hanging out till they get a bigger place.
That's it.
But it's amazing because we're right here near a piano place. I think Lane Music
rules. Yeah.
We need to go talk to them about Bitcoin.
That place is amazing.
Yeah. I'm telling you what, save enough Bitcoin, that piano won't cost very much.
That's the thing. Like a Bosendorfer, that's 185,000 MSRP brand new that they have there. The 213 VC, which is the one I want, by the way, in case anybody's listening. You could get that with some Bitcoin, no problem, if you just hold on to it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, when we build a new club, I'm going to buy that for you, and we're going to put it in the club, and it's going to be open mic night with Steve. tickling the ivories
with the fanciest piano in town.
for real.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have it under lock and key, it's gonna be in its own separate room.
Yep.
Did you just hint at our future plans?
I don't know.
You just might
It's a
have.
possibility. You never know.
I'm telling you what.
I'm not saying no to anything.
Bitcoin Ben and Todd, he's the busiest man there is, right? He is in El Salvador right now, locking up the 3 resorts.
Yep.
3. One is a whale resort,
Mm-hmm.
and one is so it's going to call Bitcoin Ben Beach Whale Resort. The second is Bitcoin Ben Crypto Casa, which is a little smaller and really restful and spa-like.
I like that Crypto Casa.
Isn't that fun?
That's cool.
And then the third one is Bitcoin Ben's Party Palace. Oh my gosh. And it's like for the locals too. It has a restaurant and has restaurants with views right on the water. And this place is like it's red. It's very fun. It's painted red. And it has like yellow seahorses on the banisters. And it already has, I think, fun reputation, like 2 pools. And so it's gonna be fun. So I've been listening. Like there's so much coming. We've got Las Vegas, Scottsdale, Dallas, St. Louis, Wisconsin.
Palm
Springs.
Scottsdale's a go.
It will be. It's on the list. And
That's where Fender's corporate headquarters
Fender is.
Well, they're just their corporate headquarters. They're like their corporate offices are there because their factories in LA, but like Scottsdale.
So maybe when you go set up all the audio there, we can get a tour of Fender or invite them to the club.
Maybe we get them into Bitcoin.
Maybe they're already into Bitcoin.
I mean, they might be.
Let's create a meme coin.
They'd be crazy not to be, actually.
Let's have a Fender coin.
Yeah. I mean, Fender's pretty American.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I mean, Gibson's here.
Yep. Gibson's
Where's
here in
Taylor?
Nashville.
Where's Taylor?
I don't know where. I think they're California
know
also.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor.
And Martin.
Yeah. Where's Martin? Martin. Speaking of Martin, isn't that where you're from?
Martin is, but we don't make guitars there.
Martin.
We make corn.
Martin, Tennessee.
You make corn.
We make corn. Soybeans, things like that.
Okay. I just want to say your sweet mom. So Todd has the cutest Southern mama and 2 names, she follows Bitcoin. It's so cute.
That's amazing.
She watches Bitcoin rise and fall. I love that so much about her. And she's
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I would love to get her do cold storage Bitcoin, but I cannot talk. I mean, they've got an Edward Jones account at the house. So, I mean, it's like I can't get them out of it. I was like, y'all need to...
I can't even get my mom to email me.
Dude,
you should be considering yourself way ahead. Todd.
I really feel ahead because my mom said she was never going to text. She's texting now and she loves it.
I wish my mom would text. I can't share anything with my mom because she doesn't text.
I know. I love it too, man. I was like, Mom, she started texting and I'm like, I was like, Mom, you're texting me. Except she does whole paragraphs.
Oh,
literally. I mean, she's just talking, just texting.
I got to drive or fly to my mom's house just so I can show her a picture that's on my phone that I could have sent her. Right.
Nice.
You know what we need to get your mom? You could get her that plug-in skylight frame. They're $100 and something. Do it for Mother's Day.
Can I? Oh, I can send pictures
and
to
you
it.
can email pictures to the frame. So we did that for
It's brilliant.
It is.
For my girl's grandfather, and we did it for my mom has one, and we can all email pictures straight from our phone. The frame stays plugged in. We should have like an affiliate link for this, and you send it to the skylight frame, and then your mom can see what you're up to.
That's amazing. I didn't even know about that. That's how out of the loop I am.
Yeah. Good Mother's Day idea. Anybody listening? We got all kinds of ideas.
Yeah. That's a great one though.
Yeah. Mother's Day is what? In almost 2 months, something like that.
June?
May. In May. It's always in May, like the second
June is
Sunday.
The less important one, Father's Day.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
I love my daddy. Anyone in the chat listening, if y'all have questions about certain coins or anything, I mean, Steve is an expert. So if you have any questions tonight, just put them in the chat and we'll answer those.
I like finally being called an expert in something.
I'm still trying to earn that.
Even though I still feel like I don't know anything every day. I'm just like, what's going on?
Okay, so you know what I tell people normally? I said, I've got a BS and BS. Bad dad joke, I'm telling you. Yeah.
No dad joke.
BS.
I've got a BS and BS.
Yeah.
Instead of a BFA and BS.
Right. Yeah.
So Steve, right now, let's talk about what's the Bitcoin price right now?
84,000 and change.
Yeah, it got up to 85. That's good.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
That's everything.
I know some people are scared about that. It's like, it's too low. It's like, dude, it's not
I mean,
close to low.
it's low compared to a month ago.
Yeah.
But that's what it does.
But
It's
not
like 60 something thousand last year though. So
but not compared to a year ago. A year
Yeah.
ago it was around 62, 63,000. So y'all, that's a great gain in
2
1 year.
years ago was like 16,000.
dang, you know how to stick the dagger in some people, man. They're like, oh, I missed out.
You know what I'm looking for?
But then you had the people that were actually saying it's going to go down to 10,000. So you had people sitting on cash waiting for it to go to 10.
I think there's always people saying that because I feel like that's part of the manifestation of the market. Because a lot of it is all the market sentiment that creates the actual market price.
Yeah.
So I think people do that, especially influencers and people that are, moving big investments around. They do it because they want it to go to 10,000.
Yeah.
So they can get more, right? But but it never goes down as low as everyone says or as high as everyone says. So,
Well, that's what I always tell Janet. I don't get too much into discussions with price and everything because
I love talking about the prices.
Yeah, you and Janet both.
But it's just for fun.
Yeah. I know, but some people take it dead serious and they're like, well, you said it's going to be this amount at this date and this. I'm like, you can't predict that stuff, man. There's no way. It's a market. It's no different than the stock market. You're not going to be able to predict that. And people do. It's just because it's blind luck.
Yeah. And the stock market's easier because it's not as insane as crypto.
Yeah, no doubt.
Steve, can you talk to us a little bit about the 4-year cycle? Because we talk about that a lot. Bitcoin is in its 16th year.
I can't believe that. It's amazing.
Because when people
never been hacked, everybody, 16 years.
Good to know.
Good to know. In 16 years. So you look at this because people are scared still. And they're like, well, I can't see it. I can't touch it. And this is what we deal with education. But you've got a 4-year cycle or 4 of these cycles. And this year, of course, is an anomaly because there's so many positive things, not negative. So that's why none of us really know what's going to happen.
Well, I will say this. You're sort of right about it, but it's a little different. No. You're right, but it's a little different. There's always a ton of positive things in the bull market.
Yeah.
And then all the negative stuff that dumps it into the bear market. And then it goes into like bitterness, right? But this time it's the magnitude of the positive things because they're huge things. That's why I feel like we're all kind of like, But every time this is my 3rd one.
Oh, yeah.
And is it my 3rd one or 4th one? Whatever. Anyways, I've been through a bunch of them, but it's always the same talk.
Yeah.
Like the last bull market was the same thing. Oh, it's never going to come back down. Oh, it's going to 200,000. It's never going to come back down. I mean,
and it went all the way to
and it just
15,
jumped.
16.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, Steve. Do you think there's any possibility that the trends could change? Or is the code pretty much set and it's going to be the same thing every single time?
That you know what? That I'm really not sure about. The 4-year cycle seems to coincide with the design of the Bitcoin protocol with the halving and everything, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like since it's an extension of the consciousness, we have no idea where this thing is really going, right?
Correct.
Like it's going someplace beyond our wildest dreams is what I think.
Well, somebody knows. It's just not us.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure.
No, there's somebody out there that knows.
You think so?
Oh, I do.
I'm not even sure if the people who created it, because if you read the Book of Satoshi, they really had no idea what was going to happen. They were very educated. They knew that they were doing something that was going to change the world, or at least attempting. That was their attempt. But they didn't know how we were all going to react to it or behave with it. And when I say us, I'm talking about everybody, including the Larry Finks and everybody. Like, it's all part of this big thing, right?
Oh, no doubt.
So they didn't know. And part of the coolness of that book is listening to them talking about well, we're not sure. We don't know if it's going to do anything or,
Yeah.
So who knows, right? Like it's pretty crazy if you start thinking about it on like a spiritual level,
I just honestly, I think it's so much fun. I'm so excited about it because it's different. I guess financial hope. Like that's the neatest thing is because it's so discouraging in life with everything being taxed and inflation and your money losing value, the fiat losing value, and then markets crashing up and down. But when you're trying just to get Bitcoin and hold it, and and we're seeing these cycles, I don't see any way it's not going to always go up, 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 up. And whether it goes as high as people say or not, it's still it's the number one appreciating asset of all time. Why would you not want as much of it as you could get, even if it's $30 worth, $100, like anything? You just get the Fold card. I'll have that underneath this, or I think it is. And you can earn it on your Fold card, like the loans. I mean, get some Bitcoin and hold it. Hold it for 4 years is what we say. And it's going to be volatile. You have to have the tolerance and you have to kind of be made of some strong stuff and not freak out when it goes down and sell it. Don't sell it.
Yeah, you got to have the stomach for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're watching all of your investment go down, it's hard not to react emotionally,
And that's why I've stopped watching it, because of that. I'm like, I don't have the headspace for it. I'm like, if I don't pay attention to it, I'll know if I'm broke or not. I'll feel it.
And that's actually a good technique.
Yeah.
Because really it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We teach here, don't do things emotionally. And I watch it all the time. I'm the opposite, because I'm like the planner and the what's happening. And so I'm watching it too much. So we're a good balance, Yeah. He's like, just let it go right now. Don't worry about it.
Now, getting back to Todd's point of maybe somebody knows, that would imply like the CIA created it or something like that, right? Because the current system is running out of fuel.
The CIA, one of those three-letter agencies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of the real big ones, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem with that, and I myself am a big time cynical, skeptical person, and I think about those things all the time. But Bitcoin is open source. That's the part where, well, even if they did create it, then it doesn't matter, because now it's everybody's and it can't be changed.
Okay, will you explain that for the people that don't? I know you just said that, but let's talk about it again. What really open source means and why it can't be changed.
Open source means that anyone can access the code and work on it.
Oh, wow.
And contribute to it.
But that
like Firefox, the browser,
mm-hmm.
Yep,
is an open source browser, and that's what made it so different than the other browsers, was because it becomes a community.
But you wouldn't want people changing the code on Bitcoin. I mean, like, that would be confusing, right? That anyone could go in and change it.
Well, they can't change the protocol, like the algorithm, but they can develop the project.
It's like around, like projects around it, but not specifically to Bitcoin. Well, I guess they could.
No, even specific, but just they're not going to change what Bitcoin is doing, how it works. But the thing is, it goes by consensus. So what makes open source work is that all of these people are involved. So it's not so easy to change something. If 5 people want something changed, but 1,000 of them are keeping it from being changed, then that can't happen, right?
It keeps it honest.
Keeps it honest.
Keeps it honest, because if you don't, okay. So really and truly, when they talk about centralized type of currencies and things out there like XRP and some of those others, you've got an actual person head of it and a team, but it's not particularly open source where everybody can.
That one's probably not open source.
That one's definitely not open source.
Good choice, Todd.
That's closed source, if we're going to call it anything.
Oh my gosh. So what I want to say, you mentioned consensus, and what you've taught us, let me see if I can say it right, is you have to have more than 50% of the owners of the coins agree to make this change. So if somebody develops something on the network, more than 50% of the holders have to agree to it, which would be really hard at this point, because Bitcoin is not, it's not like one country has half of it or one person has half of it. There's so many people with it. It'd be really hard to get 50% to
It's not
agree.
Like the board of Wells Fargo, which might be like 10 people or whatever it is, can just completely change their policy.
Actually, the board consists of BlackRock and everybody else.
How about PayPal? They can change theirs overnight, like Facebook. They all do it. Oh, by the way, we've changed our policy. We can take money out of your account now.
Yeah, I mean,
2,500.
And we can get even crazier about it. Technically, those banks are the shareholders of the Federal Reserve, right?
Boy, let's
just saying.
Rabbit hole.
That is a rabbit hole. And we do.
That would be an all-night broadcast.
And honestly, we have a question in the chat. So let me get to that. We
That's
might
amazing.
go to that rabbit hole. Let me put this
Rhonda.
And hey, Rhonda. So this is from Laurie and Ada in Colorado. Do you know anything about AMP?
I do not.
Okay.
Is that a project, a crypto token?
Let's see. They may post more about it.
What's it called?
AMP.
Or AMP.
M as in Mary. Oh, AMP.
AMP. Yeah. While you're looking that up, I just have to do my favorite thing. It's the U.S. debt clock. Doge has saved us $201 billion in 60 days or however many days. I'm not counting the days.
Has the debt clock slowed down, or is it still going just as fast?
It can't be going as fast because 200 billion is off of it because they keep canceling these contracts.
I want to see the debt clock absolutely stop.
That's 18.
That would be fun.
And reverse. That's totally what I want to see. And then it's per taxpayer, it's almost $1,800. It's $1,789. So anybody listening, it's the usdebtclock.org. And so Steve, you got anything on AMP?
I'm looking at it, right? I'm I don't know a bunch about the project, but I'm just taking a look at the tokenomics kind of vibe. So I see it's got 84 billion in circulation. Max supply is 100 billion. So a big chunk of it is already out there. Its market cap is 350 million. Fully diluted is 420 million. And its current price is 0.004 cents. 0.004 cents.
If it would have been 007, I would have been more impressed. James Bond.
If it was 007.
Speaking of which, Pierce Brosnan is doing another one in December.
How old is he?
He's probably 75, 80.
All I think about is Remington Steele.
I know. I was going to say Remington Steele, and he was young and had that dark hair.
In the 80s.
It was just like him and 1,000 women following him around, right? You know?
He was handsome.
Hey, he was cool. He was cool.
Him and
MacGyver.
Not the girls were watching Remington Steele.
Definitely watching Remington Steele.
Yeah, we were not. I wasn't watching MacGyver.
They didn't care about MacGyver. MacGyver was for the dudes, you know?
Yeah.
I love a lot of those old shows when I think about it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know this is an interesting thing to look at. I don't know much about it. It would require hundreds of hours of research. That's the way I do things. But people should do whatever they enjoy doing.
And that is why Steve is one of the best consultants that you could possibly have in our organization. We love having him. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we do appreciate you so much. And you're honestly, you're so humble about it. And we're the ones
I don't really know anything.
Oh, come on. You've been in this space so long.
He also has a great sense of humor too. He makes us laugh all the time.
We all laugh. We have to laugh. We're in crypto. Crypto is the craziest space to be in.
No doubt. Yeah.
It never stops. We never get a break. And that's just how it works.
And if you're having a bad day, just go look up the names of the coins. You got some favorite ones?
You mean names? Oh yeah, like
pristine assets.
Oh, the pristine. Oh, you know what though? I miss Ivan
right now.
He's on vacation. What was the pristine asset again?
Fart coin.
Oh yeah, fart coin.
Oh gosh,
that's right. That was.
I just said it.
I wouldn't let my kids say that.
That was the pristine asset, and then
it's not anymore. I don't think.
Some of the other ones I love is smoking chicken fish. That one I just can't get over.
I think I'd buy it just for the cool name.
Smoking chicken fish.
Yeah, there's some crazy names. So you can have a lot of fun. Like even Sherpa out of our Sarasota club, he did a coin for Baxter, his dog.
Oh, yeah, he did.
So there's a Baxter coin. He minted 100,000 Baxter coins. So
I love Sherp.
Yeah. And he's going to be teaching some of our classes while Steve's on tour. And he was teaching with you this week as well.
Oh, yeah. And we were having a blast.
Yeah.
We've had some good combo classes, actually.
Yeah. And we were talking about exchanges this week and buy, sell walls. Like there's a lot of content at this club. That's great because the nice thing about the classes is they're Zoom and they're live. Eventually there'll be too many people doing that, but it's great because they can ask you a question. You're on it and you can ask, because when you're watching stuff, and a lot of people self-educate on YouTube and different things, but you can't just ask them live questions when they're trying to figure something out. They can't hire a consultant. Those are the things that it's a gift to be able to do that here at the clubs. And that's why we're so excited you're here. And Heidi has helped, and Sherpa, and it's a great group.
Plus it's like super cool to talk about crypto and share crypto and get people into crypto.
Yeah. Did you think you would ever work in the crypto industry?
I don't think I directly thought of it like that, but I did, you know, I was telling Todd earlier, like, as soon as I got into crypto, I was in love with it.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I wasn't skeptical or anything. I was just like, whoa, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Looking at the numbers on the screen, and it just took captivated everything about my life. You know, I just went into it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when I went with Todd to the conference and I listened to all these different speakers, that was it. I mean, we were like, we're in.
3 years later, we're here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, I noticed, because I'm always trying to get people into it or help people get into it, like friends and colleagues and whatever. And, you know, some people, they get interested.
Yeah.
You know, I have a friend, he's in New Zealand. I was doing phone calls with him and he was asking me, you know, about things. And I was telling him that I'm in crypto and I do all this stuff. Next thing I know, he's messaging me that he's reading the Book of Satoshi. And you know, that's a very technical book, and he was loving it. He's like, man, I dove into the Book of Satoshi. It's blowing my mind. I'm like, see, some people, they just are interested right away, right? And then other people, it takes a while, you know, because maybe it's more foreign to them or more abstract to them, even, right? You know.
I think it overwhelms people too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much right now with technology that's overwhelming. Even all of us we've been in technology, you know, 25, 30 years now, basically. When you talk about the internet, and then the phones came in late 2000s, the smartphones. And it's been even like this week, like last week, when my phone did an automatic update, it disconnected my work emails for the club, my work emails for real estate. I could no longer send an email from my laptop for almost 2 weeks. And all of a sudden yesterday, it's working. And it's a
miracle.
It's so frustrating though, because I probably send 30, 40 files a day between all of the different things that I do. So I'm on that computer all the time, and I don't click links. By the way, nobody click those. Don't click links. You don't know where they're coming from.
Internet 101.
Yeah.
Scams will get you, especially right now with the bull market.
And it scares me because I'm like, I know I'm supposed to get an email from this place. I'm like, do I click the link? Do I not click the link? Like I try to go online, but that was crazy that happened. Then our TV hasn't been working. Not that we need to watch a lot, but our dog loves to watch TV. So we have a dog.
His favorite TV show.
He is part pug, part corgi. He's 13 and a half.
He's like a jackrabbit.
Yeah, part pug, part corgi. He's part cat. He jumps up at the TV.
Yeah.
But there's his favorite show. It's Psych. You remember the show Psych?
I don't remember that show.
It has all 80s references. It's my girls watched it when they were in like middle school, and it's this funny music. So when Psych's on, he's running like crazy. So he's been so upset this week because he can't watch TV. It hasn't been working.
And he used to like Forensic Files too, which is one of my favorite shows.
I love that. Yeah. I love
Forensic,
that show.
like 25 seasons of Forensic Files. I think I've watched every one of them.
I was obsessed with that show.
Yeah.
Generation X. You're talking about the 80s.
That's us.
That's us. The smallest generation, by the way. Todd and I were also talking about this earlier.
We are?
Yeah.
We are.
We're a very tiny generation.
I didn't know we were the smallest.
But we built everything on the internet.
Oh. Yes, we did.
It's our generation that were the internet builders. They were not the ones who created the internet. That's the generation before us, but we built everything on it, right? So we are internet, as Ivan would say, boomer sauruses.
Boomer sources.
Right.
I know. Boomer sources. I know.
Okay, guys. Ivan on Tech. So Bitcoin Ben's our favorite, right? But Ivan on Tech is funny. He's our favorite Russian Bitcoin expert.
Yes.
And
he's amazing.
He's just funny.
Yeah.
Especially with the accent.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you want to learn a Russian accent, listen to Ivan on Tech.
Yeah.
Y'all listen to him in the mornings a lot, don't you?
Yeah, except he's on vacation right now. It's kind of a drag.
Yeah, it's kind of it bums you out because you're expecting to hear the funny jokes and stuff. He's just like really funny dude. I mean, he's a personality.
My coffee is with Ivan every morning. You know? Coffee and Ivan.
Start the day off with Ivan.
I don't know if y'all listened to Ben on Wednesday. He had all of Sarasota laughing. I could hear Heidi in the background. I could hear Bamboo. I could hear the club laughing because, I think Ben was going to be a comedian at one point.
He was a comedian.
I thought he was a comedian.
He was
a comedian.
Oh man, I just failed at the bio.
You should know that.
I should know that. I probably did. He's so funny. 14-hour days
hilarious.
will fry your brain.
Yeah.
But he is funny and he's informative. And Wednesday's show was so interesting because they talked about something I haven't heard about yet, which is, I don't want to go too serious. We want to have fun tonight, but
it's all right. We can make a joke out
look
of
it up. We're just going to, the Chinese are sitting on the other side of the Mexican border, miles from us, with machinery that we sent to, I believe, the Ukraine or somewhere.
It was, yeah.
And you've got 50 and 60,000 Chinese troops, like just miles, first of all, from Texas. I mean, come on. If you're going to invade, don't go through Texas. But they talked about it on the show, and I hadn't heard that. He and Patrick talked about it. So I really want to look into that more. And what did they say that President Trump had told Mexico? Like, I will turn Mexico City to glass if you don't get them away from out of there and away from our border, because that's a direct threat. Because what's going to happen if China wants Taiwan? If we were to try to interject and protect Taiwan, they're right there. And you've got, what do you have? The cartels with them. Yeah. So, guys, this is another rabbit hole. We don't get too serious tonight, but I didn't know we had the Chinese on the other side, like that many, 50 to 60. So that was crazy hearing that.
I mean, if that's real, that's pretty crazy.
But I don't think he would not.
I just got back from Mexico.
Yeah.
How was it?
Pretty amazing place.
Yeah.
With amazing people.
Yeah.
Did you see anything scary? Because the news is always scary.
No, I just saw like the usual, they got the trucks driving around with machine gun armed police. That's what they do there. That's how it is there.
Mm-hmm. It's that way in El Salvador.
Because it's all controlled, mafia controlled, right?
Yep.
And that's just because they're not on the Bitcoin standard. As long as they have fiat power to launder whatever they want, they're going to always have the power.
Yeah. And they own everyone, the police,
every business,
the government, they own it all.
So, I mean, you could argue that it's the same thing in big city, like New York City. When you have a business, they own you.
Yeah.
But you don't have a machine gun. Like, you're not like worried they're going to come gun you down. They're just going to take your money. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah. We have more civilized thugs.
Right. So it's like,
not anymore. They ran across the border. They're here.
Yeah. My point is just that it's really the same. It's like two sides of the same coin, you know, right? Yeah. It all goes back to Seyfedin's book, to the fiat standard. Really, everything can relate to that as far as who has got power and who doesn't.
True. Very true.
That's so interesting. But yeah, I mean, they are here. They're rounding them up. But
I just don't like when people in the United States talk about people from another country as if they're not real people, or like very indifferent with this whole border thing, because like we're losing the humanitarian side of things. Like, we really shouldn't lose sight of that, because that's why everything goes down the tubes, right? So,
yeah, well, it's just a lack of communication. But I think a lot of that too is to force an outcome, not necessarily to actually do it. And that's because I know after having watched Trump for as long as I have, there's always purpose behind things he says. And a lot of times it's just to get to a result without the actual action.
It's the threat. It's the poker game.
Right. Like deal. There's an element of theater involved.
Totally.
With a longer play. Right?
Yes. Totally.
Yeah. Look over here at this distraction while I'm doing this over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've been doing that forever,
Nothing
right?
New.
Of course, you've only had about 400 or 500 EOs that he's put out since he's been in office for 2 months. That's enough distraction to keep anybody busy for a while he's taking care of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that how many?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I haven't even counted.
It's over 300. It's close to 400 now.
Wow.
If they're real.
Now there you go.
Steve.
I'm not trying to be the party downer, Debbie Downer, but like.
It sounds good though.
But like I want a lot of that stuff to be real,
Yeah.
Some of it I don't care about, but a lot of it I do.
Right.
But it's just like, who knows? I don't know. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing I want to say, it doesn't matter, because we are not changing anything we're doing in the business of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. No matter how many EOs he does, what Congress does, what happens at the border. This is separate. It has its own life. It has its own ecosystem, and that's why it's thriving too. You can't predict outcomes, and things change every few years.
Our focus is the Bitcoin being crypto clubs and making this stuff work. And we've got lots of people who believe like we do, and we're opening these businesses. We don't really have a lot of time to think about this. It's fun to talk and have banter about it, but like she said, it really doesn't mean anything. Our goal is starting these clubs up and making people's lives better through Bitcoin and cryptos.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well, it helps if it makes the amount go up, right?
Well,
I'll tell you
of
what.
course.
Well,
But we aren't changing any of our strategy.
No, we're not.
No, but you need to pay attention, because even if it's theater, you need to pay attention to what the theater is.
Yeah, because why the theater? Like,
Because
why? What are they doing?
And it has an effect on things.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality, right? What really doesn't matter, though, is our day to day as regular people, because we still have to use our own power. You know what I mean? To make our lives better and each other's lives better. That's the thing, because we give them the power every time we blame it on them, or every time we blame it on somebody, right? Or even when we're doing the opposite, when we're following somebody as a leader, thinking that they're going to just take care of everything and change everything for us, then once again we're relinquishing our own power, right? We're giving it up.
Yeah. Well, we have to keep up with the circus and the media, because, like you said, Tom, when people are coming in, that might be what's in their head. So if we don't know what's being put out there, we're going to go, huh? So I do try to look at liberal publications, conservative. I try to look at international. I follow X a lot because there's a lot of stuff that just shows up there quickly, worldwide stuff quickly that affects Bitcoin and crypto. So that's such a great source. But yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, the executive orders, like it's good to be aware of what they are, because they do represent something, whether they're real or not, right? They, even whatever the title is or something, it goes out into the world, right? And then it affects people, right? It affects us,
Well, like Nashville. So we're here south of Nashville, and it affects the grants to the universities, cutting funding for things like that. I have a client who works from home, has for many, many years, the Department of Defense. How is that going to affect him? Like, there are a lot of things, and he's excellent. Like, so it's real life things happening. We definitely need to strengthen the government, and we definitely need to look at all of the fraud that's gone on. Why are these fat cat politicians so wealthy after going to DC? I mean, come on. If it looks like it, acts like it, it is. And so it's time to,
quacks like a duck.
Bunch of ducks.
I mean, there's definitely too much government. That's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're in this space too.
Yeah,
we're sick of that.
There's too much. I mean, I'm talking not even just in the United States. I just mean like on a global scale, right? There's too much government, right?
You see a lot when you're traveling. I mean, you see how much government. You see what a socialized country looks like. Communist. You see everything. I'm really excited because I want to ask you while you're touring this time and you do this, I'm sure, all the time anyway, but how many Bitcoin ATMs are you seeing, and what are you seeing? And when you talk to people in these other countries, how aware are they? How knowledgeable are they? How much are they farther ahead than the Americans in the whole space? And you had a question tonight, can they join the club here? We have club members from Switzerland, Netherlands, Philippines. I mean, even though we're the Nashville club, we have international club members.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my question was, can they participate in the loans?
Yes.
If they live in Europe, for example.
That was your question.
That's something that
we're going
to
find
love
out.
To know. Yeah.
We need to find that out, because that would be amazing.
Because the more people we free in this world, the better the world will be. We have to free them first, though.
Life gets cheaper on the Bitcoin standard.
They got to free themselves.
That too. Yes.
We'll help them.
Yeah.
Hand up. Got to give them a hand up.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've heard a lot and seen a lot is, like, if you put just even 5% of your wealth in Bitcoin and hold it, eventually it'll take over. It'll become the largest over time, the largest percentage of your portfolio, depending on how much and the length of time. And that's what it means when I say life gets cheaper on the Bitcoin standard. Because if you're putting your money in Bitcoin and it's growing faster than everything else, it's a lot easier to go buy something when it didn't really cost you that much. You spend $1,000, it's now worth, $50,000, and it's not like you have to worry about the hourly wage. Like, it's a whole different concept. And we tell you to hold it, but at the same time, those things are going to get easier. It's fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you have time to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. Not overextending, because life happens and sometimes you have to pay for bills.
Yeah, well, that too. That's an important point, because you still have to live and use the system that you live in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? But if you have time in your life, I mean, like moving forward, if you can hold something for 10 years, think about how much better off you're going to be, right?
And 10 years goes fast.
It does. I mean, like just like that.
Our first year at the club went fast because we just celebrated that, last week?
Mm-hmm.
1 year in business.
Yeah. We've been married 9.5 years. Like, oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And I think we squeezed about 20 years into almost 10 years, though. I mean, and now starting businesses, multiple businesses.
Plus a couple crypto years, which is equivalent to like 100 years.
Yeah, we've literally been on a magic carpet ride.
Okay, this is totally off subject. I saw
it is a magic carpet, actually.
Seriously.
No, really. That's like I'm on board with that.
Magic carpet. Let's play.
That's a great song.
Cue the music.
Is a good song.
Yeah, cue that. No, I saw one of those cliff jumpers. What's it called? Where they just jump?
Oh my gosh.
With the sail
wings?
shoots. Yeah.
But someone said it was AI because we don't know what's real anymore. And the guy jumps and he's on a carpet, like a flying carpet, but he still has the connection between his legs. What's that called? Base jumping. It's called base jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I saw a video of a guy base jumping, but on a flying carpet. Was it real? That's the question. I don't know.
I mean, we're reaching that point, where we can't tell.
Mm-mm.
Hence why we're at this club. So if you want some real information, real people, come to one of our clubs. We've got 3 right now, got several coming up this upcoming year. So if you need to talk to real people because you can't trust everything you see on the internet, that's why we're here. Find a local club.
And if, you know what, we've got our musician, Steve. If you're in Nashville and you're a club member, and actually we're going to have podcast rooms in all the clubs, but this one specifically has a roadcaster here. And we had a club member who's a musician come in and record vocals and guitar. It was amazing. And so that's the cheapest studio in Nashville is join the club at $25 an hour. I mean, that's
true.
Sweet deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because studio time's a lot more.
The AI thing, you can see that people can't tell because if you look at comments on Instagram on a fake video, tons of people think it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
See, I'm always there for the comments because I see it. I'm like, okay, the comments are so fun. People are getting more and more clever and they're funny. And there's always a couple that are creepy, but then there are also the bots. We talked about earlier this week because we were trying to get the bots off of X, right? I think he's working on that because they're rampant. And you look at it and you think these are real people with these really negative and foul opinions, and they're not real. You don't know what's real.
But nobody does any work, though. That's the thing, because like the generational shift has changed. People, first of all, they have no reference point, so they grew up with fake, so they can't tell the difference. But beyond that, they don't do the work. They won't click on one of those comments profiles and then see that they have 1 follower. Then you know that it's a bot. You know what I mean? Like
key.
It's not really that difficult to figure it out if you went to school, right? But the whole thing has shifted, where this is 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why you're one of our educators.
Well,
all the little things to teach people how to navigate this space, not just Bitcoin and crypto, but how to avoid scams and just little things like that. Like you want to see if the person's real because when you're researching a coin, you need to see if it's legit.
Yeah, you got to check the people out.
I want to teach a class on common sense.
That's a tough one, Todd.
That is a tough one. We could delve into that one for several hours.
That's a bold, monumental mountain of a task.
Oh.
I think we need to have a conference on that.
Common sense.
A conference is more like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Conference on common sense.
Oh,
how to critically think.
Oh, critical thinking.
Oh, now that's
a concept.
That's what's not being taught in schools.
No.
They're taught just memorization. They don't tell you how to apply. Okay. It's just like Harry Potter when, what was her name in the pink took over.
I don't know anything
Somebody
about
in the
Harry
chat help
Potter,
me, right?
Except that J.K. Rowling is the richest woman of all time.
Yeah, she
No doubt.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But when they went from teaching how to do everything to just memorizing and taking exams, that's what our schools have become. They don't teach them to think critically. They don't teach them how to analyze things. They don't teach them how to figure it out and how to think for themselves. They are so busy doing testing, like learning for the test. It's just that, and you get out and you're like fried My kids are great, great at memorizing, but you got to apply, and they can do that. But it's so much in the schools is not being taught like it should be. We've got a couple of comments here. Good evening. This is Andalus, and he said he thinks content is going to be tokenized. I think he's right. Don't you, Steve?
That the word content is another insane thing of the world we live in right now. Like the word content. I was going to actually make a joke video where I was going to say the word content every couple words and have it beeping out because it's such a bad, dirty word.
Oh, look at this. Rhonda said they're wanting to open up a club in Toronto. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to come up there and see you.
But yeah, just to finish my rant, it probably will be tokenized. Why wouldn't it be?
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
I believe, isn't there already a site that does tokenize content? I mean, it's been out a couple of years. Is it Tangle? Is that it?
I don't know.
And thanks, Andalus. It was Dolores Umbridge. She was the one. So she went from letting them actually practice and do hands-on stuff to just sitting there memorizing. And you could see how much it deadened them too.
And you saw it during the global shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all saw what happened. That was a pretty blatant example of no critical thinking.
Yeah. So
true.
They do need to revamp the Department of Education or just give it back to the states. And they really parents need to have that involvement in their school and have that pride and have that say. And it's in the publication, the people that are in charge of all the publication of the books, they control the generation. That's all it takes is one generation. You're one generation away from freedom or from slavery in a sense.
Dirty words, Janet.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be fun tonight.
No, but
do I need to wash your mouth out with soap?
No, yeah, exactly. No, this is all fun though. The thing is, let's we can talk about how the reason we talk about it is because it's fascinating. That's the thing. In the big picture, all this fascinates us because we're all part of this. All of it. We're all part of the same thing. Did you know that The Catcher in the Rye is an MK Ultra book?
You told me that the other day.
No.
If you look up J.D. Salinger,
seriously.
You're gonna. That's. I'm not. We don't have to get into it right now. But that's a rabbit hole. I only learned that recently. I was very ignorant to all that stuff, and I read it in school. Just like our generation, we read that book in school. But look up J.D. Salinger. It's gonna blow you away.
So if it's an MK Ultra book, when you read it, is it doing something to you while you read it?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Absolutely.
Wow.
See, I did.
And it was required.
It was
required reading.
Oh my gosh!
What better way to propagandize somebody?
And it was very well written. That's the thing. It's not like
hypnotizes you.
They recruit the best, right?
Y'all, well, okay. Shocking. I would get straight A's, talks too much in class. So I would do Cliff Notes and go have fun. It was a little easier back then.
You mean
I got the does not participate.
Does Janet mean 16 at the bar with a fake ID and a tequila and Cliff Notes in the other hand?
Not that. I was really good girl. I was probably at church youth group. I did not drink in high school.
The refreshment tables in the basement.
Cookies.
It was Kool-Aid.
Cookies and Kool-Aid.
Maybe I drank once in high school.
Tell him yourself.
Don't tell my mom. Let's see. So, this Andalus is in transition from leaving higher education. It's so bloated, and people are clueless to the innovation that is happening.
Interesting.
I think we met her. Hey, I think we met her in Sarasota.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I think we did.
That is, it's so true. That's what's going on, though. Okay, there's this fire lit, right? We're now uncensored and we're on X uncensored, and all this truth is coming to light. It's no longer squished. They're starting to admit that they suppressed all of the information coming out during COVID, all the bad testing, all the nurses that were having horrific side effects. They shut their accounts down. All of this is coming out, but everything else is coming out too. So I think they really screwed up doing COVID, because COVID, if anything, woke people up. COVID did. I think they overplayed their hand in trying to control, suppress, depopulate, whatever their ugly agenda is.
Eugenics.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Eugenics.
Another rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We got a lot of holes in the yard right now. We've got a ton of we got a ton of holes.
We got a coyote living out back, by the way.
Actually, we do.
What?
We have a coyote up back.
We have a coyote out there.
Oh yeah, I saw
Wally.
him the other morning, and then Todd was like, "Oh yeah, I've already seen him." I'm like,
2 or 3
"You didn't
times.
tell me about him. I'm out there most of the
Well,
time."
I couldn't decide if it was an actual dog or a coyote, man. I was like, is it a straight dog?
It's
a wild dog,
It's
actually.
100% coyote. 100%.
Okay, we're naming it Crypto Coyote.
Crypto coyote. I love that.
Actually, we're making
CC.
we're making it the club mascot.
Oh my gosh, we have one. It's Ben.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bitcoin Ben, our
We
favorite.
already got Ben.
We've already got Ben.
That's our mascot. Yep.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Didn't mean to cut you off, Jen. I don't remember where we were. Sorry.
I don't know. I thought I had a really
You
great
probably did.
thought,
You probably
and
did. It's my fault. My
it
bad.
went to
my
the
bad.
dogs or the coyote.
It went to the
Coyote.
coyote. Wally Coyote. Except I don't see him chasing Roadrunner.
It's Acme.
Oh, dynamite. Gosh, you know we're old. We're talking these old cartoons, Looney Tunes. Wow.
Did you? So Saturday morning cartoons, right? We were raised that they only played on Saturday mornings because we didn't have all the internet, and so every Saturday morning was cartoon Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So I liked Schoolhouse Rock and of course Interplanet Janet, right? But I liked Schoolhouse Rock and the Bill of Rights.
Interplanet Janet.
What was your
That's
favorite?
amazing.
G.I. Joe, Transformers,
I was into Transformers.
Yeah, that stuff.
That cartoon took me into another universe.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked all those weird Japanese cartoons.
Yeah.
That they were dubbed in English, but they were all Japanese, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
Voltron. Remember Voltron?
Oh, I do remember Voltron. Yes.
That was an amazing cartoon. It's probably more for the dudes, Janet. You know,
Like I have no idea
they
what
were
you're
like
talking
high tech Japanese, like
Robots.
samurai futurists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like the other cartoon I liked was the Smurfs.
about. Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool, actually.
Is there a dark under thing? I loved the Smurfs. I collected the little plastic.
Oh, I had
little- I
those.
have I still
They were
have them.
cool.
I still have
The
mine.
figurines.
I'm a little bit of a pack rat.
But
Yeah.
the Smurfs also had amazing music. They used all this classical music, but like really.
But they had Osriel,
Well.
and it was a little evil, right? Yeah. Oh wait! Is that Osriel on your hand?
No way.
Steve.
That's Azrael.
Okay,
No,
tell us
that's
about that
insane.
tattoo.
Azrael.
Okay,
That's God, God, God.
that's what that means.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. El is God, as we all know.
Yeah.
Ra is God. And Az. It's crazy, right? The Smurfs is filled with that stuff. By the way, it's European, Belgian.
It's Belgian.
Mhm.
Look,
Osriel.
You watch the American dubbed version, but it's originally in French.
Maybe that's
So-
why they had the
I think,
cute
and
countries.
in German, they're called like the Schlumpfs or something like that.
Or like Oompa Loomps. Well, the funny part is, I'm thinking Smurfette was surrounded by dudes.
It was one girl.
That's a dangerous situation
one
nowadays.
girl and 50 dudes. You know what I mean?
So what, a guy write it?
Obviously.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, if a guy wrote it, would have been all girls, right?
Actually,
And one dude. No.
You're right. Maybe it was a woman who created it. We could look it up.
Isn't there a Smurf
She was
coin?
surrounded.
Isn't there like a Smurf?
There's gotta be a
crypto?
Smurf
Okay, I'm looking it
coin.
up. I'm looking it up.
There's got to be.
That's
a Smurf
hilarious.
coin.
You're looking up a Smurf coin.
I'm gonna see if there's a Smurf coin.
Are you
Yeah.
going to create one? You can.
No, I'm not gonna create one.
Papa
I'm too busy
Smurf.
selling houses. I got stuff to do. Let's see.
But anyway, yeah, like Gargamel and Azrael. That's the key to the occult.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah, that's some messed up stuff, man.
Gargamel and Ezra. Okay, we have Smurf cat. We have Smurf.
See?
Smurf
There's a ton.
and one in foreign language that says real Smurf cat.
See, I mean, Smurf cat. It's
Okay,
incredible.
Steve, you
Smurf
yeah,
cat.
Smurf cat. Are you sure that's not your coin? You didn't start that.
I didn't start it, even though I should have.
You should have started the Smurf cat.
Well,
Oh
I
my
like the Smurfs and I love cats, so that makes sense.
So we gave Steve a card from Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
and it had a cat on the front.
It certainly did,
He opened up and it says, "You're in my chair."
which is exactly what a cat says to you when they look at you
You're in my chair.
and you're in their chair and you're like,
Literally.
you're
Sorry.
like, sorry, all right.
Are there some cat coins? Let's see.
There's
I'm sure
there's
there
a bunch,
30,
but you know
'cause
the,
we just
the
said
cat
one.
coins didn't take off like the dog coins did.
Yeah.
It's a very
Oh.
strange thing because do you know that there's actually, I believe the statistics are in the United States at least, there's more cats as pets than dogs by a few percent.
Really?
And in the world of heavy metal, there's a lot of cat lovers.
That's
Really?
interesting.
Yeah, cats and metal are like crazy connection.
Cool cats. So there's one called Mew. It's a cat in a dog's world. There's a coin called Cat, Simon's cat.
There's Chonk the cat,
There's
which is a weird one.
Key Cat, Caddy, L Cat.
How about Stray Cats?
Stray Cats.
Spinning Cat, $1 Billion Cat,
That's a
Cool
good group.
Cats, Gutter Cat Gang, Tubby Cats,
Cat Stevens.
Mars Cat Voyage.
Boy, you
Y'all,
talk about
these
a rabbit hole.
these
Cat
are crypto.
Stevens.
These are crypto coins.
Catwoman.
God, yeah, I'm still reading.
I mean,
Y'all are out of control.
there's
with the
so
cats.
many. There's so many though. Look at that. It's crazy, right?
Mars Cats Voyage, Pop Art Cats, Early Retired Cats Club, Cat Botica, Catex, cat themed. Part of me reading all this is, guys, there are thousands of cryptos.
It's insane.
And don't believe anything you
thousands.
see on that stuff. Don't invest in that because more than likely you're going to get scammed off it. So
We're not financial advisors.
we're not financial advisors.
I mean,
but I wouldn't touch it.
I can't tell you not to invest in it either.
Yeah.
Like, have fun if you want.
Yeah, just don't put your life savings into something crazy like
Yeah.
that.
We do like
Exactly.
to, you got to be able to pay your bills. And there's risk with everything. So you have to be comfortable when you start, and don't go buy any of it until you've researched, what you're buying and you're comfortable with it. And join the club and we'll help you figure that out.
Absolutely, we
Yeah.
will. No better place than here, especially the one in Nashville.
Nashville.
But
Steve's not biased.
I love Ed and I love Sherp and everybody, and
We love our
Bamboo
people.
and everyone in
Very.
Sarasota. But I'm just saying, especially the one in Nashville.
Well, let's do a shout out.
Did I say Nashville?
Did you?
You've only said it about 50 times.
Nashville.
Nashville.
We're just having fun here.
We are.
Everybody knows that.
Nashville
We're chicken
native.
fried. We're chicken fried.
It's
So
Friday
it's been
night.
We're
yeah,
fried.
It's
We're
fried. It's been a
We're
fried up week, guys.
Yeah. And we're not done. We're open tomorrow too.
Yes, we are actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fried tomorrow too. So come join us.
11 to 4
Yep.
at 1619 Galleria Boulevard in Brentwood, Tennessee. And we are fried. It's been a busy week. And so my other daytime job is real estate. And I've been working like 14-hour days. I think the sun came out a couple weeks ago and it's on. I mean,
Spring in real estate in Middle Tennessee.
It's only going to keep going.
Yeah. So when we can start throwing Bitcoin at those houses, and I know some people already are, we're just not doing it here, but
Yeah, there
That's
are
gonna be
ways.
fun.
There are ways, but it's
Mhm.
nothing's direct yet.
Yeah, we got to get our politicians on board with all this stuff.
They're working on it.
Yeah, they are.
If it's real.
Steve.
You got man, dude. Come on, man. We want it to be.
Well,
It's real.
whatever it is, it's affecting things. So that much I know.
I tell you what, I'm doing my part going out in this community, trying to get these people to see the value in it. That's the hard part, because
That's a tough gig.
they're nice. It is a tough gig.
Yeah.
They're nice, but it's like, I don't get I'm trying to fish them a little bit and see if but they're not. Most of them aren't biting. Some are, but most aren't.
I do that thing where I'm talking with people and I'll just drop it somewhere in the conversation, just as a test, just a little, see if they bite.
Yeah.
Most of them never say a word, or, oh, that stuff, because I don't really mix the club with the real estate right now. Just because that's still our source of income as this grows, it'll all work out. But I really do still try to keep it separate. But it's interesting. And then when they bite, then I tell them about it and I bring them in. But I don't want to turn that client off talking about something they're scared of, because I want them to feel good about the house they're buying.
Of course.
And be focused on that whole process. But it is coming. The deeds will be on the blockchain. And people, what about when people start going peer to peer and you go up, hey, guy, I want your house over there on Wilson Pike. Yeah, where's your wallet? Sign right here. Like, I wonder, you can literally in Tennessee, you could do a contract on a napkin.
Yep.
And it can be held up in a court of law. So things
That's
can be a
interesting.
lot simpler than they are, but our contracts are long because people are litigious and so many problems happen that we have these long state approved contracts, because there's always the bad character somewhere trying to find the way to not do really what is in good faith should be done. So you have to protect them in 1,000 ways.
Does Tennessee mandate, require an attorney for real estate transactions?
We have closing companies, title companies, but there's not always. They all have an attorney on staff.
But you could do it yourself, though, right?
You could.
I mean, legally, I'm saying.
Yeah, you have to file the deed.
You have to have an attorney.
I'm loosely saying I think you could do it with that one, but I don't know 100%. I've always used a title company. But you're talking about the deed and the transfer of funds. That warranty deed has to be filed. So they do all of that. There are tax documents that happen in the process. If there's a loan, that's a whole nother thing. But if it's peer-to-peer Bitcoin, do you need the title company? But you need that middle person because you need to make sure they're getting it. Everybody does their part, which is where a smart contract would come into play. And when that's what we need are more and more developers who can write the smart contracts that we need. Ben's probably building that company too.
They already exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you're really dealing with is you're dealing with pushback from people who are in industries which rely on that. So that's the hard part, is because they're stonewalling it and not allowing innovation to take place because it's their job.
The legacy barrier.
Yes. The Great Barrier Reef.
The LB.
Yes. I mean, you got to think something like real estate, the transfer of land. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
It's huge.
And it's gate kept.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it, right?
Yeah.
Like most of our systems in around the world, actually.
Yeah. But even if we're just talking about real estate specifically, so in order for it to be smart contracts and, automated, less people involved.
Yeah.
People transferring land ownership from me to you directly. And
make sure no one else has a claim.
I feel like on the technical level in crypto, it could easily happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there's people who already know how to do all of it. I can guarantee that. But the thing is, it's not going to happen tomorrow.
There are too many people that have too many things to have to get on board. But imagine if your deed's on the blockchain, they don't have to do a title search every time to see if somebody else has a claim to the deed.
No, it's way more efficient.
That would simplify. And so does that cut out title companies? That's the thing, is which middle people get cut out, or they just have to, as in the words of Ross on Friends, pivot. They just have to pivot. And we all have to, you can't keep your business going the same way because technology is moving too fast. With AI, with everything, we all are having to constantly study and learn and pivot. And that's what's going to happen in real estate. But when it's on the blockchain, you don't have to research that deed. You could literally go, because I actually facilitate a lot of transactions between family members or neighbors. They know they want to buy it from each other, but they want to make sure all the paperwork's right. So I'll do that for a flat fee and just help guide them and walk them through that process. It's a very friendly process. And that's been really helpful. And that does cut out people. This title company is still involved, but every time there's a real estate transaction, 49, 50 people are paid. So that's a big part of our economy moving. So you don't want to, everything has to change, though. We know a lot of jobs are going to go away with AI. And so it's just really interesting.
I just got today my title for my motorcycle. Oh, my mom's not listening. For my motorcycle arrived, from the Department of Taxation, right? From Franklin,
Yep.
Yeah.
And the first thought I had was what if this was on the blockchain?
Oh,
right.
Well, it would be if you were in California.
Are the automobile titles already on the blockchain there?
42 million department, 42 million titles are on blockchain.
All right, plus for California, gotta say it. That's
the only
a plus. That's a plus right there.
Well, they're desperate for money, so they're trying to cut where they can. So you think about that, how many jobs they cut out, and now that money's coming into their coffers so they can extort it somewhere else.
They overspent a long time ago.
I think we need to study that, though, what they did, because it's not, and we need to do it everywhere.
But the thing is, if that means that's coming everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Because whenever California or New York does something, it's going to go all over. I mean, in the realm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking at my paper title, which I love because they look cool. You know,
right.
right? But I was just thinking, what if this was just on the blockchain? This would be so easy. I would have had it that day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would have had it as soon when I went there to get the tag. It would have been on my phone. That's it.
It's efficiency. It's efficiency at its best.
So it just makes sense.
So we have someone on here saying greetings from Thailand.
Oh,
they're
my
under
God.
New
Wow.
11. Greetings from
New
Thailand.
11,
Oh my
you
gosh!
win the award for the
New 11
farthest out person.
Wait, New 11. Can I just say, I want to go to Thailand so bad, and I might be going there in June.
Oh, get out!
But hello to you in Thailand. That's awesome.
So it's probably morning there, I'm assuming. Would be my guess.
I don't know, but
That's
I love
crazy.
Thai food, but it's probably Americanized Thai food.
I feel like they're 13 hours.
He said, you know him,
You,
him or her.
who?
I don't know.
You
who it
know
is.
me.
You know me.
Who knows them?
He just wrote, or she just wrote.
You know me.
On-
Which one of us knows?
I don't know. Maybe they'll write it. But
Wow.
But I like, no,
That's
I
pretty
totally
wild.
love, you don't like Thai food, but I love it.
You-
Like,
It's Carl. Okay, so
you
it's
and
Carl.
I need to go get some Thai
I'm
food.
taking you to King Market,
King Market.
the Lao Thai place that I told
Here?
you about. Yeah, it's in Nashville. It's unbelievable.
It's Carl.
It's Carl. Okay,
Carl's
so
in
Carl
Thailand?
DeCrypto is
Hey,
new
Carl.
11. I knew you liked Thailand, but man,
That's so cool.
Right on, my man.
We've missed you in the classes.
yeah, dude, it's good
Oh,
to
I'm
see
so
you, man.
glad you're listening.
Hey, Carl, I'm glad that you're in Thailand. That's a cool place to be.
Man, hey, Carl, send us some pictures, text me some photos, or put them on Circle.
I
like-
bet the food's off the charts.
Oh my gosh. How about pad Thai in Thailand? Chicken masaman.
I'm taking you both to King Market.
is
We're
that
going. We're going to
Indian?
King Market.
Deal.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Place is unbelievable.
And-
I've been there 3 times already.
So he went once with me to have Thai food because we just wanted to try. He was so sweet because you don't like curry. It's a
I like
Southern
curry
guy.
person, yeah.
Barbecue. And
I love curry.
so maybe we go with you and you help us help Todd order
Tell him
something
no
he
curry
might
for me.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's not a ton of non-curry stuff that you can
Yeah.
get.
You like spicy though. You do.
I
I
do
can't.
like-
You do so. I mean,
Well,
he
the
literally-
older I get, the less it likes me.
Thailand loves spicy.
he literally
I could
makes
do
his
it, but-
coffee and then puts it in the microwave and heats it hotter. When I'm
It
like,
can't be too hot.
and then I need it to
Yeah.
cool off when I make it. And he's like jacking up the temperature. And then, what do you at Starbucks? Your order at Starbucks.
Okay, so I get a quad tall, non-fat, no whip, white chocolate mocha, extra hot, 2 pumps of white chocolate,
Oh my god,
stirred real well.
that's more complicated than my drink.
I bet
I'm a complicated guy.
Yes, you are.
we need to ask Elizabeth because I bet they have a competition of who orders the most complex drink every day. Do you know? Okay, when you order at Starbucks, by the way, everyone in the store that works there has those headsets. They hear everything in the car. So whatever's going on with your family in the car.
I don't go through the drive-through.
So, and well, we just get our coffee here now, right? Most of the time.
Okay, so one thing about Starbucks, and I'm not just a huge fan, but I tell you what though, they're pretty cool. If you go on your birthday, which I can't because it's Christmas, but they will give me a benefit of the doubt on that. One time I went in there and you can order anything you want for free, and I ordered like a grande 8-shot white chocolate mocha.
Not a venti.
No, grande.
You should have went full
Ooh.
the biggest one.
Well, I wanted to get the most punch with a smaller amount of, milk.
8 shots in a grande is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty wired.
That's
too.
good.
I was
That's
like,
good.
Eyes were poking out of my head and
Oh
everything
my
else.
gosh.
So.
It's like a whole language, the Starbucks
Yeah.
drinks. You know?
Oh yeah.
And they have those weird drinks like the pink drink and the green drink.
And you're like, what's really in the drink?
Well, they look so good though. That's the thing.
Well,
I
they
never
are,
tried them, but I go with the pink drink. Why does it look so good?
and they're full of sugar, right? That's why they're good.
Yeah, the stuff I get doesn't have any sugar in it, but
Well, they say it doesn't, right? You can taste it though. When you're a
the
carnivore,
coffee
you
I
can
get
tell.
doesn't have any. Yeah.
So when Elizabeth worked there, somebody went through the drive-through here in Brentwood, like the one I was at 2 weeks ago, with a chicken in the car. So you could hear the chicken. The chicken's
Clucking?
in the car.
Could hear clucking of the chicken.
It wasn't a dog. It wasn't. They weren't there for
Therapy
a pup
chicken.
cup.
It's a therapy chicken.
And they're all like, so I came into Starbucks and then she was like, Mom, there's, and so I literally got my camera to try to video the car going by to see if I could see the chicken in the car. And I didn't, I missed it, but I was like, oh my gosh, just like, you can't.
So it's gone from therapy dogs, therapy cats to therapy chickens.
That
in the
is
car.
so weird.
Isn't that funny?
I mean,
Hey.
I like part of me just loves that somebody went to Starbucks with a chicken in their car. That's so cool.
There's-
Steve, we live in a really weird world right now.
We do.
It's getting weirder.
Yeah.
We could name a coin chicken in the car.
Chicken in the car. That's good. We just announced it to everybody though. But yes, that's a good one.
Don't steal our stuff, guys. We're gonna
Let's
make
name
this
your
going.
podcast Chicken in the Car.
Chicken in the
Ooh,
car, the
the-
podcast.
We're
Well,
working on some new shows.
the
yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
with Elizabeth that we still haven't started.
Well, you got to go do your world tour, got to go.
I gotta go play some music.
Got to go be on stage and have people come and get your autograph.
Yes.
So we were telling Steve, so Monday is St. Patrick's Day. And we were telling him, you got to have a St. Patrick, you got to have a clover or something on you. I'm going to bring
Something.
you something.
Green apple.
Well, guys,
The
let's see.
Grinch. I'll put a
Good grief.
Grinch. If I put a Grinch on, does that count as St.
Well, it's green.
Patrick's
He's
Day?
green.
He's green.
He's
right?
green. Yeah, why not, man?
Mhm, mhm.
We are an hour and 20 minutes into this
All right.
podcast. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Steve's got to go.
I'm
oh, wait.
quiet. I'm quiet now. Sorry.
know.
It's just so fun.
It has been fun.
Well, you got like 25 songs to go work on.
Yes, I do.
And we had to send him on his way in the right way. So that's why we're doing this.
That's right. We're having a good time. I have 25 songs to work on. You have 25 properties to close on.
I do gotta go. I've got to go put some videos out.
And Todd's got 25 coffees that he has to go to.
And I've got 40 minutes to drive back home. So there you go. Yeah.
And when I say, I mean 25 coffees that you have to show up at and try to talk to people about Bitcoin.
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. What's going on in Williamson County?
Didn't you just go to one like 2 days ago? You went to a coffee.
He's always going to coffee.
I'm doing everything, man. And I've got someone coming in Tuesday when you're gone that's wanting to see the club and talk to us. And
I'm not going to be here.
It's another BNI group. And I mean, it's funny. I've got all these groups approaching me, which is cool.
That's great.
But there's just not enough of me, just like there's not enough of her to spread around.
Right.
So it's just constantly something going. But that's part of what Ben wanted us to do, was to get out in our communities and get involved and stuff.
Exactly.
And I've taken that to heart. And I know Ed and all those, Bamboo and them are doing the same thing. So we're all working hard to grow this ecosystem.
Here's the thing. It's working. Because guess what?
Working.
They're calling you and they want to see the club. They want to hear about it. They want you to come speak at their whatever events they have.
Yeah.
And they've learned in 2 years you're the Bitcoin guy, and they know we're here. And so that's amazing. And even if we can't accommodate it all, that's a great place to be, right? And I'll be at a walkthrough. I'm sorry I won't be here Tuesday, but
I don't know where I'll be.
Steve, where are you going? Where's your first
Wednesday,
stop?
I will be first stop is Atlanta, Monday. Then I'm back in Nashville on Tuesday night.
You are?
That's the second show.
You know what we need? We need
here?
Yeah. And
can we go to it?
At Brooklyn Bowl.
Okay, we'll get that.
And then after Nashville is, I don't remember.
You know what we need? We need a Steve tracker.
That would be so fun. Like they do Santa. You do Steve around the world.
Steve tracker.
I could share my location with you.
Oh, that would be fun.
You just follow me on the map.
That would be fun. Ben has mine.
Now would that freak you out?
I've never done it before.
Oh, okay.
That would be really fun, the Steve tracker. And then we could report, where's Steve today?
Where's Steve at?
You
where's Waldo?
You could always just type in my band name and see the tour calendar.
Okay, what's your band name?
Imperial Triumphant.
Okay, guys, y'all heard it.
Just type it in and you can see all the cities we'll be at.
Yeah, but it would be fun to track you.
But that's probably cooler.
Plus, if we don't hear from you, we'll be like calling the locals.
Where is he?
Where is
He's eating Thai food. He's eating red curry somewhere.
Oh my gosh, too much spice. He's down. He's down. We've got some funny comments. Look at this. Okay, so Carl said he saw a family of 5 riding 125cc motorbike yesterday.
Oh yeah, they love those over there. The still tiny bikes. Yeah.
Don't they have the rickshaws? Is that what they are?
Oh, rickshaw.
Rickshaw. Okay, rickshaws.
That's like the cab. They have those in New York too.
Really?
So 5,
no way.
But 5 people, a family of 5 on a motorcycle.
Yep, it's in the culture there. It's in the genes.
That is so impressive, man.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Cool. And Rhonda, thank you. She says, "Wonderful job, guys. Love watching you. Thanks for all that you
Rhonda,
do."
From Canada.
So sweet.
From Canada.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Yeah.
And Carl, I'm headed to Doi Chang Coffee Shop. Very famous. Have you heard of it?
No, I don't. I mean, I've never been to Thailand, Carl.
Oh, that's right.
I can't wait though. Can't
I'm
wait
living
till I go there.
vicariously through Carl.
Carl, you're going to have to tell us how that coffee shop is.
Seriously.
Sure.
Yeah, because I mean, we've had El Salvador coffee from an organic coffee plantation.
That was pretty dang cool.
I'm telling you, we got some measures to meet. Okay, and let's see. Rhonda says we will soon have our El Salvadorian coffee. Yum. Yes. Okay. So before we sign off, there is a coffee in El Salvador that the President Bukele has, and it's called, is it Ring of Fire?
No, it's Bean of Fire. No, it's not Johnny Cash coffee.
I'm so Nashville.
Ring of Fire.
Johnny Cash, no matter what, is still
the man in black.
He's cool. He's cool. Johnny Cash is cool.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say this. Okay, I grew up here, right? So I'm from Nashville, and our 6th grade JCPenney. Okay, Girl Scouts. All right, 6th grade Girl Scout. JCPenney fashion show.
Were you a brownie also?
I was a brownie 3 years.
God.
Girl Scout 3 years.
Brownies.
Cookies. Yep. And so, but in 6th grade, we had the JCPenney fashion show in the basement of the Methodist Church in Hendersonville. On the program, one of my friends put this on Facebook a few years ago. The MC was Johnny Cash.
Unreal.
MC of the 6th grade
of Girl Scouts.
Girl Scout fashion show in the basement of the Methodist Church.
Was he high?
Was he high? I didn't even know what high was.
Girl Scouts will get you though.
Yeah.
Well,
I was in Ithaca one time on tour, real quick. I'm just gonna say this real fast, and we were just like walking around in town, and Ithaca's like big, like weed town, upstate New York, weed town, hippie town,
Weedville, yeah.
And we were just walking around, and then all these little Girl Scouts came over to sell us the cookies, and we all were just like, okay, yep, whatever you want, anything you need, like, because they were so little and so cute, and they were just like selling the cookies, right? They'll get you.
Don't eat those cookies now.
No.
Oh gosh, the Girl Scout cookies.
But those cookies were always filled with pretty bad ingredients.
But
yeah, they're worse now.
And now they're even worse.
Different. Here's the thing. Everything was so much better in the 80s, right? The food, McDonald's fries were done in beef tallow.
Yeah, well, that's actually true. Although the 80s is definitely when all that heavy processing was going into full swing.
It was going in, but the cookies actually tasted better. Like I took, who was out today?
Oreos were better.
Yeah.
Ding dongs.
Yeah.
Hostess ding dongs.
Oh yeah, Hostess.
King Dons, whatever.
I grew up with Hostess.
Yeah.
Oh, I lived on
and Drake's.
So I took my mother to O'Charlie's last week, and they brought us the rolls. And of course, we're trying to be on the carnivore diet, but I was hungry and I looked. So I tasted it. Tasted bland. Like it's not like I eat paper, but if that's what paper tasted like, that's what that roll would have tasted like. And I thought, is it just me? And I was like,
quality's not there anymore.
That roll doesn't taste good. She goes, like it didn't taste good at all. That was weird.
The ingredients have changed, and also like, all the real crazy chemicals that have gone into everything.
So what I love about the whole space we're in, the Bitcoin and the crypto space, is the truth. We get to the truth because we've learned about the truth in money, truth what's going on in our country, but we start looking at the truth in our food, in our pharmaceuticals, in our leaders. Like it's really, really amazing because once you start going down that, like I don't stop. I'm a researcher, I'm a lifelong learner, and I don't stop looking at that stuff. But I love that people in the space care. So I started trying to do no seed oils this week. Get back on it. No seed oils, no sugar. And
I don't do any seed oils.
And it's great. I feel so much better.
Yeah, I don't do any seed oils.
Yeah, because you're on the carnivore diet.
But what you're talking about is because it's all connected.
It's all connected.
It's like a scam is a scam is a scam is a scam.
Doesn't matter if it's a currency or your food. It's all the same.
And it affects, the scam affects all the scams.
Yes.
Right?
That's why starts with dollars.
That's why I love that chapter. We should do a class just on that chapter in the Fiat Standard called Fiat Foods.
We could actually.
I need to read that chapter. You have referenced that a lot.
It's my favorite chapter.
I need to read that chapter. Okay, Fiat. So we're talking about, anybody listening, there are books written by Safadina Amous. And it's the Bitcoin standard, but there's the Fiat standard. And so there's a whole chapter on food. Like I wouldn't expect the Fiat standard to have a chapter on food. Why is Fiat, our inflated fake currency, basically connected to the food? How does that even relate?
Yeah, I mean, it relates because in order for them to keep the Ponzi scheme going, they have to fool people to believe that cheaper food that has no nutrition in it is more valuable than healthy food because it's cheaper to produce.
And because you're broke, you can't afford good food. So you have the substitute, which is the crap that's in the middle aisles in all your grocery stores.
Yeah. And that's because they're tricking you to think that that's food.
Yes. And when you look at the label and it's this long and it's like words you can't even pronounce or much less spell. Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, you need basic ingredients. You don't need a list of chemicals that they're putting in your body.
Safadine has, I think, 4 books or 5 books: Principle of Economics, the Bitcoin Standard, Fiat Standard, and the new one, the Gold Standard.
Gold Standard. Yep.
Wow. The Gold Standard. What's that one about?
That one, I haven't read it yet. I haven't, because I'm waiting for it to come on Audible. Because I'm sorry, everybody, but I listen to books. I don't really read them anymore. But I still think reading is cool. But it's a fictional account of what would have happened if we stayed on the Gold Standard, how the world would have been.
That is amazing. Hang on. Hold that thought.
Okay.
The Gold Standard is a fictional account on where we would be if we had stayed on the Gold Standard.
Yeah, so that's what his new book is.
That's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
And really fascinating.
Yes.
Like I'm really intrigued by that, about what it would say.
We should get one for the club. Have it here.
Okay, I'll order it. I'll get it here while you're gone.
Okay, great.
We're on your world travels.
Send me a picture.
Yeah, we got it. Get it on Audible. So what were you going to say? I'm sorry, honey.
What I was going to say is, I don't know how many of you noticed this today, but gold went over $3,000
$3 grand
per ounce.
Crap.
Still performs like garbage over the big picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And still controlled and manipulated.
Totally.
Noted. Right.
But with that price means that Bitcoin is going to go up in value. It's going to start with the gold, and then Bitcoin's going to move up.
Yes. I mean, the thing is, gold has to go up because the fiat has to go down.
And it is going down.
Right. And like, that's the thing.
If the fiat goes, everything, that's right. Everything starts going up when fiat goes down.
Yeah. All assets go up because the fiat is worthless.
Fiat currency, and see, we're in that cycle too. We're over the cycle. Usually 40 to 45 years is when your fiat currencies crash, which is a perfect Ponzi scheme because most people die out before they see the crash.
But we're over 100 years now.
Yeah.
And
but the last time it crashed,
this is the longest running fiat.
Yeah.
Wow. The longest running fiat is the dollar.
Yeah, because they just keep printing more and more and more and more.
They've milked this cow dry.
They control everything. It's also, they've really got control of the world, the whole central bank.
Yeah.
Everything's really connected.
Right. As bad as it was, it just kept getting crazier.
Yeah. Carl says he's in a small village near the Golden Triangle, all healthy stuff. I eat a lot and he's still losing weight. That is right.
Yeah.
Let me say that again.
For sure.
He's eating a lot and he loses weight. Like, we lost 30 pounds eating steak and butter.
Exactly.
Are you kidding? And fat?
Yep.
I don't like
protein
the
and fat. Protein and fat.
Protein and fat. So, but you don't do the sugars. You don't do we didn't do anything else and we lost weight. Like, our body needs protein. It needs fat. And they hid that from us and lied to us. Well, y'all, I just got a full price offer on the house I listed at 9 a.m. this morning.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Let's go back out.
Woohoo!
Steve,
now we got to celebrate that.
So I'm going to buy another steak for Steve.
Going to the bar, tequila's all around.
Y'all, if I lock this up, I can be at the club tomorrow, not showing that house all day.
There you go.
You know what? Okay, so let's do this.
What?
So we could actually come back on tomorrow and maybe have another show.
Hey, if they're not tired of hearing from us here in Nashville, Tennessee.
We'll see.
Let's do one while we're open.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah.
Let me
Would you guys
guys,
chat,
I still
let us know. Would you want us to do another one tomorrow?
Chat. I thought you said Chad.
No, chat. I said chat. Look.
I call it chat too when
That's
I talk
adorable.
to the chat.
You bunch of chads.
I love that. Okay, I love that. Obviously, I'm still new to all of this.
Fiat foods.
Okay, everybody, get the Fiat standard. Read the chapter on Fiat food.
Remember, the Bitcoin standard is the reason Michael Saylor got into Bitcoin.
Say that one more time.
The Bitcoin standard is what got Michael Saylor into Bitcoin.
Yep, in 2020.
And now he's got one of the most profitable companies in the world with strategy. Used to be MicroStrategy. So that's.
But what does that say about Saifedean and his work?
Well, it tells you what you need to know. Honestly.
I'm telling you, the number one performing company on the stock exchange was inspired by Saifedean and Moose.
Exactly.
Okay, so
imagine being safe. Like, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say get this guy's books.
Yeah.
And and Steve,
yes on tomorrow. Oh, it's awesome. So Carl says yes tomorrow.
Yeah, Carl said best Long Island iced tea in Shanghai. If I'm saying that right.
Long Island tea.
I hope it's made with Captain Morgan's.
In Thailand.
I'd like to see Steve with his foot on the barrel holding the bottle like a real pirate.
It's the captain, the Captain Morgan.
Yes. And then get you a little eye patch too, man. Just make it real. In the hat.
When are we going to have Bitcoin Ben bourbon?
I mean, that should be in the works.
I've been working on that one.
We need a distillery here in Tennessee.
Hey, we need just to call Jonas. Okay, anybody, shout out to Bearwood Spirits. If you are near St. Louis, it's carried at several stores. Go to bearwoodspirits.com. He's awesome bourbon.
And a good friend.
Yeah. Bourbon take that up to Kentucky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But hey.
For real.
They got rules. They
do have rules.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I've got to go negotiate an offer and sell a house real quick. It's been a great night. Steve, is there anything from this week recently in Bitcoin you'd like to leave people with?
I mean, it's going up. It's going to go up.
That's enough said.
Why are we here? Because it's going to go up.
I'm going full optimism. It's going to go up.
I second it. What do you say?
Third.
Yes.
Bitcoin.
We're at the Bitcoin being crypto club. So yeah, I definitely agree with that statement.
Yeah. So on that note, oh wait, someone's asking about tequila. Yeah, we could have like a.
That's what I would go for.
Good tequila.
Carl makes shine.
Reposado.
You make shine in California?
Carl makes
Hey, people make shine in Queens, man.
They make moonshine in Queens?
Yeah.
People got basements.
Okay.
Todd, people got basements.
Oh, you're right. Well, the funny part about it, okay, during Prohibition, do you know that they were, for the speakeasies and stuff they had up there, they were getting most of their shine and stuff from the South? Bootleggers and stuff. North Carolina was huge in it.
Oh, the South was definitely the biggest producer.
They were supplying you guys for liquor up there, big time.
And the North were the biggest drinkers.
Oh my gosh.
They were drinking it all.
Are you saying they're professional?
Yeah.
Professional grade drinkers?
Yeah. Well, like imagine like Al Capone and all that in Chicago,
yeah.
right? You know, they were drinking.
Hey, you can't drink on the carnivore diet. It's sugar.
Well,
you can, but you'll pay for it.
You'll get sick if you are really carnivore and then you introduce it. It'll probably make you sick.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can be on the carnivore diet and then just balance things out once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
You got to blow it out. Just, kind of reward yourself. Reward yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So Steve, we might be back tomorrow.
We may or may not.
We'll see.
I believe we will. We're going to be here anyway. So
only time will tell.
We'll see if our
all my children.
Depends how late I was.
As the world turns. What was that? Remember we were doing that last time.
You too.
No, except we were doing Days of Our
Lives.
Days
of Our Lives. That's right.
Like sands through the hourglass.
Oh yeah, that's why, because we were talking about the hourglass.
So are the days of our lives.
Oh, that still gives me the creeps.
When your husband knows Stefano DiMera, I mean,
and his son Tony. Don't forget Tony.
Roman Brady.
Oh yeah.
Steve, who was your favorite Days of Our Lives character?
I only know that stuff because my mom was watching it.
Yeah.
I never really paid attention to it. But I just know she loved All My Children.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, my grandmother, when she'd keep me when I was sick, she'd have the black and white soap operas on, and they were so boring. But then when my brother and dad started watching Days of Our Lives,
that's when you got into it.
My brother and my dad.
And then Janet was never the same again.
I had a sister, and we had one TV or something, so I got hooked on it because I had to watch it.
You had no choice.
Another story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we are really spiraling fast away from Bitcoin.
We're done.
We're fried chicken cooked.
Well, I got some crisis that's going on my cell phone. In real estate, it just doesn't sleep. Bitcoin doesn't sleep, and real estate doesn't sleep.
And neither do we.
Music doesn't sleep either, by the way.
Music doesn't sleep. Honestly, does any industry sleep anymore? Because I don't think anyone sleeps. I think people are now, they're
content.
Feed me more. It's like crack, just more.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Crack is whack.
Or crack is dope.
Crack is bad.
We could do this all night comedy show.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta wrap it up.
We need to wrap it up.
All right, guys.
Okay, so we are here at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club Nashville, kind of having a fun Friday night here. And so for our favorite trainer here, Lori says you can drink spirits on carnivore diet, but you shouldn't.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's right.
That's exactly right.
Correct.
She is correct. Mm-hmm. She's awesome. Okay, so we're here at Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, Nashville.com.
Nashville.
You can reach us at 562-526-0813. What's been running across the bottom of the screen all night has been 941. Sorry, this is the number. If you are interested in joining the club, a club benefit is being able to get non-KYC Bitcoin loans. I'll say that again, non-KYC Bitcoin loans. So if you want to do that, join the Nashville Club and then join the club. Call 941-413-6920. And if you call that number and you haven't joined, you tell them the Nashville Club sent you. We are competitive.
Nashville.
Subliminal.
We love our other clubs. So we have the Sarasota Club and Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club Sarasota, and we have Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club Mass, which is in Leominster, west of Boston, and others are coming. So, but these are 3 clubs. We thank you so much, Ed and Sherpa and Bamboo and all of our club owners, Greg, Michael, JJ. We just have wonderful, wonderful people trying to make a difference in their lives, their children's lives, the lives of their community. And that's what these clubs are here for. We're having a lot of silly fun tonight, but we are so grateful for Bitcoin Ben Simchi, for all that he's done and is doing. This man does not sleep.
Absolutely.
He is in El Salvador buying resorts as we speak. We're designing logos for the Bitcoin Ben Jet Club, the Bitcoin Ben Yacht Club. Like, there's a lot of fun coming.
Yacht Club.
The yacht.
We're only going to listen to Chicago. Peter Cetera.
Love Peter Cetera.
Y'all, Peter Cetera. Let's see him. Is he still around? I never know.
I
anymore.
think so.
He's still
Would
alive.
see him in concert would be amazing.
You won't see him with Chicago though.
Oh well, that's a shame. He's got a great voice.
Just like Steve Perry.
Yeah.
Egos get into play sometimes.
But you know what? They're probably they gave their gift and they probably just got sick of it. I mean, it's a hard industry. I don't blame them.
And plus, Peter Cetera, he wasn't in Nashville.
He might be now because guess what? They're all moving here. They're all here. It's
Vince
wild.
Neil lives over in Franklin.
Do you know? Was it Snoop Dogg that was on Broadway this week? Did you see that? Snoop Dogg down on Broadway. So I don't know if they were shooting a video. They had a car jacked up, and there he is.
The ultimate photo bomber.
Mm-hmm.
You said that.
Yeah, he's a professional photo bomber.
He
That's
probably
awesome.
photobombed every photo growing up. His kid, his
I
family
mean, I actually
pictures.
love it. Like when I see him in the, I'm like, this is so funny.
Dude, I'm going to look him up and try to photobomb him. Wherever I'm going to stalk him until I find him and then photobomb him.
Hey, just make an AI video where it looks like nobody can
Right.
tell you're there with them.
I
'cause
bet he's into crypto.
I bet they all.
He's
are,
into a lot of
and
stuff.
You know they all are because even these NFL players are getting their bonuses and their salaries paid in partial or all Bitcoin because they are
Didn't
aware.
Dave Chappelle like mention Bitcoin a couple times and like recently like on Joe Rogan or something?
Possibility. It would not sprout. He's actually a smart dude, though.
Oh, he's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
And very funny.
Yep. Hilarious.
Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna have to run or I might
All right,
get
we're out of here. That's it. Bye.
Guys, y'all have a good night, and we'll probably see you tomorrow.
Bye, Steve. We appreciate you so much. We love you.
Rock on,
Love
dude.
you too.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have
See
a
you guys.
great Friday night. This is God, Freedom, and Bitcoin. Thank you.
Later.